Have you ever felt like no matter how much you walk, your body still feels stiff? That despite staying active, your strength isn't what it used to be. Walking is often seen as the go-to exercise for older adults, and while it has its benefits, the truth is it may not be enough. Aging isn't just about keeping our bodies moving, it's about keeping them strong, balanced, and pain-free. It's about moving in ways that not only preserve mobility, but enhance it, making everyday activities easier instead of harder. The good news? There are simple but powerful exercises that can do exactly that. Movements that protect your joints, build strength, and help you move with confidence without strain, without fear of injury, and without the exhaustion that comes from doing the wrong kind of exercise. Today, we're going beyond walking. We're going to explore 5 powerful yet gentle exercises designed for older adults to stay active, strong, and free from unnecessary pain. Exercises that don't just keep you moving but help you move better. 1. The healing power of water-based exercise. George had always been an active man. He loved his morning walks until his knees started aching every time he took a step. At first, he ignored it, pushing through the discomfort. But over time, the pain became too much. That's when he discovered the magic of water the first time. He stepped into a pool for water aerobics. He was skeptical. But as he moved, something incredible happened. His body felt light. The pain in his knees disappeared. He could stretch, lift his legs, and even jog in place, all without discomfort. Within weeks, everything changed. He felt stronger, more flexible. Even his sleep improved. The reason? Water provides buoyancy, reducing the impact on joints while still giving you a full body workout. It's one of the best ways to maintain strength, balance, and endurance without the wear and tear of hard pavement, even if you don't swim. Simple movements like walking in chest-deep water, leg lifts, or gentle arm movements can work wonders. And the best part? It helps with balance, one of the most important things to maintain as we age. If walking has been causing discomfort, water-based exercise might be exactly what your body needs. Strength training, the secret to staying independent. Linda was always on the move. But one day, she realized something troubling. Getting up from a chair felt harder than before. Carrying groceries required more effort. She felt her strength slipping, little by little. That's when she learned about strength training. Here's a secret most people don't know. Muscle loss is one of the biggest causes of decreased mobility as we age. And walking alone does not rebuild muscle. Strength training does. The good news? You don't need heavy weights or a gym membership. Bodyweight exercises like seated leg lifts, wall push-ups, and standing squats can make a world of difference. Resistance bands provide gentle but effective muscle engagement without strain. Light dumbbells can strengthen your arms and prevent weakness that makes simple tasks like lifting a bag difficult. Linda started with just a few minutes, twice a week. Within a few months, she felt stronger than she had in years. Getting up from a chair was effortless. Her balance improved. And for the first time in a long time, she felt in control of her body. If staying strong and independent matters to you, strength training isn't just helpful, it's essential. The gentle strength of Ty Kierkegaard had always been steady on his feet. But as he got older, he started to notice something unsettling. His balance wasn't what it used to be. A slight misstep on the stairs, a hesitation before standing up too quickly. Then he found Tai Chi and like high-intensity workouts. Tai Chi focuses on slow, controlled movements. Each movement flows into the next, engaging stabilizing muscles and improving coordination without strain. What makes Tai Chi special? It improves balance, reducing the risk of falls. It strengthens small muscles that walking alone doesn't target. It calms the mind, reducing stress and promoting mental clarity Richard started practicing Tai Chi just twice a week. And soon, his movements became smoother. His confidence returned. He no longer feared losing his footing because his body knew how to stay steady. The beauty of Tai Chi is that it requires no equipment and can be done anywhere at home, in a park, or with a group. Just a few minutes a day can transform the way you move. The hidden benefits of cycling. Barbara loved her daily walks. But over time, her knees began to protest. She found herself dreading the strain, even though she didn't want to stop moving. Then she tried cycling. Unlike walking, cycling reduces impact on the joints. The seat supports your body weight, allowing you to strengthen your legs and heart without pain. Within a few weeks of using a stationary bike at home, Barbara noticed less knee discomfort, more leg strength, increased endurance, and energy. For those with balance concerns, recumbent bikes provide extra support while still delivering a fantastic workout. Cycling offers all the cardiovascular benefits of walking without the stress on your joints. Chair yoga and gentle stretching. The key to staying flexible. Curls never thought much about stretching until he realized how stiff he had become. Simple tasks like bending over or turning his head felt harder. That's when he discovered chair yoga, and like traditional yoga, chair yoga provides support while still giving all the benefits. Increased flexibility, improved posture, reduced joint stiffness. Just 10 minutes a day of gentle movements like seated side stretches, neck rolls, and shoulder rotations helped Charles feel more mobile than he had in years. Flexibility isn't just about touching your toes, it's about maintaining freedom of movement in daily life. And the more we move now, the easier it will be to move years from now, aging strong. The choice is yours. Walking is great, but it isn't enough. True strength, mobility, and independence require more. The good news, that more doesn't have to be hard. Aging doesn't mean slowing down, it means moving smarter. If you want to stay strong, pain-free, and confident in your body, these 5 exercises are your foundation, because getting older isn't about losing mobility, it's about protecting it. And with the right movement, you won't just keep moving, you'll move better. Aging isn't about giving up movement. It's about choosing the right kind of movement. The kind that strengthens rather than strains, that restores rather than depletes, that makes you feel in control of your body rather than a prisoner to its limitations. Walking has long been seen as the best exercise for older adults, but what if there were better ways to stay strong, pain-free, and independent? What if the key to aging well wasn't just in moving, but in moving smarter? That's where these exercises come in. They're not about pushing your body to its limits, but about unlocking the strength and stability already within you. Because when you move with intention, you don't just feel better, you reclaim confidence in every step, every motion, every moment. For years, George believed that as long as he was walking, he was doing enough to keep his body strong. But then the stiffness started. His knees ached, his lower back tensed, and his walks became more of a struggle than a joy. At first, he thought it was just part of aging, something he had to accept. But then he learned about water-based exercise. The first time he stepped into the pool, he felt something he hadn't felt in years: freedom. The weight of his body lifted, the pain in his knees disappeared, and for the first time in a long time, he moved without hesitation. Within weeks, he noticed changes he never expected. His legs felt stronger. His balance improved. Even his sleep got better. What made water-based exercise so powerful? The water's buoyancy supported his joints, allowing him to move freely without impact. He could strengthen his muscles without straining them. He could work on balance without fear of falling. And unlike walking on hard pavement, where every step sent pressure through his legs, the water cushioned his movements, making exercise something that felt good rather than something to endure. For anyone struggling with joint pain or stiffness, water-based exercise isn't just an alternative to walking, it's a game changer. Whether it's swimming, water aerobics, or simply walking in the pool, this form of movement allows the body to rebuild strength without risk. And as George discovered, it doesn't just change how you move, it changes how you feel. Linda had always been active, but over the years, she noticed small changes. Standing up from a chair took more effort. Carrying groceries felt heavier than before. Her arms and legs weren't as strong as they used to be. She thought she was doing enough by walking every day, but then she learned something that changed her perspective. Walking, while good for cardiovascular health, does very little to prevent muscle loss. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a process known as sarcopenia. This loss of strength makes everyday tasks harder. But the good news is, muscle can be rebuilt at any age. That's what Linda discovered when she started strength training. She didn't need heavy weights or intense workouts. She started small, seated leg lifts, wall push-ups, resistance band exercises. Within a few months, she felt a difference. Her posture improved. Her balance steadied. And most importantly, she regained confidence in her own strength. Strength training isn't about lifting heavy weights or spending hours in a gym. It's about giving your body the resistance it needs to stay strong. Simple exercises done a few times a week can prevent muscle loss, improve mobility, and ensure that you continue doing the things you love without fear of losing your independence. Richard never worried about his balance until the day he nearly fell. It was a small misstep, a moment of hesitation, but it left him shaken. That's when he found Tai Chi. Unlike traditional exercises that focus solely on strength or endurance, Tai Chi is about control, stability, and presence. At first, the slow, deliberate movements felt unfamiliar. But as he practiced, he noticed something remarkable. His steps became steadier. His posture straightened. He moved with more awareness, more confidence. The fear of falling, of losing control, faded. What makes Tai Chi so powerful? It strengthens the small stabilizing muscles that walking alone doesn't engage. It trains the body to move with intention. And beyond the physical benefits, it calms the mind, reducing stress and promoting mental clarity. For Richard, Tai Chi became more than an exercise, it became a way of living with confidence. And for anyone worried about balance or coordination, it's one of the most effective ways to regain control of movement without strain or risk. Barbara loved her daily walks, but as time went on, her knees began to protest. The impact of each step made her hesitate, made her question whether she could keep going. But she didn't want to stop moving. That's when she tried cycling. The first time she got on a stationary bike, she expected it to feel like a workout. Instead, it felt like relief. Her knees didn't ache. Her legs felt strong. And for the first time in a long time, she enjoyed movement without discomfort. Unlike walking, which can put stress on the joints, cycling supports the body. The seat absorbs weight, allowing for movement without strain. And beyond protecting the knees and hips, cycling strengthens the legs, improves heart health, and increases endurance, all without the impact of walking on hard surfaces. For anyone looking for a low-impact, high-benefit alternative to walking, cycling offers a solution that keeps the heart strong and the joints protected. Whether it's a stationary bike at home, a recumbent bike for extra support, or even a ride outside, this simple exercise can transform the way you stay active. Charles never thought about flexibility until he started losing it. Small movements became harder. Reaching for things, bending down, even turning his head required more effort than before. He thought it was just part of aging, something he had to accept. But then he tried chair yoga at first. The movements seemed too simple to make a difference. A seated side stretch, a gentle spinal twist, a few slow shoulder rolls. But within days, he felt the difference. The stiffness eased. His posture improved. He could move more freely, without hesitation. Flexibility is one of the first things we lose as we age, and without it, everyday movements become harder. Chair yoga and stretching counteract this by keeping muscles and joints limber, preventing stiffness and discomfort before they start. And the best part? It requires no special equipment, no complex routines, just a few minutes a day to keep the body moving the way it's meant to. For Charles, stretching wasn't about touching his toes. It was about maintaining the freedom to move with ease, without pain. And for anyone looking to protect mobility as they age, it's one of the simplest yet most effective things you can do. Aging isn't about doing less, it's about doing better. Walking may be good, but it's not enough. True strength, mobility, and confidence come from a combination of movement that protects the joints, strengthens the muscles, and improves flexibility. The choice isn't between staying active or slowing down. It's about moving in ways that keep you feeling your best. Whether it's water-based exercises, strength training, tai chi, cycling, or stretching, the key is finding what works for your body and making movement something that feels good, not something to endure, because aging isn't about losing movement. It's about learning how to move in ways that make you feel strong, steady, and fully alive. Aging is not about slowing down. It's about moving differently, moving smarter, moving in a way that keeps you strong, balanced, and free from unnecessary pain. Many people rely on walking as their main form of exercise, believing that it's enough to keep them fit. But the truth is, while walking is good, it doesn't build the kind of strength and stability needed to maintain independence. It doesn't protect your joints the way they need to be protected. It doesn't engage all the muscles that keep you steady and mobile. The good news is that small, intentional changes to your exercise routine can make all the difference. When you strengthen your body the right way, you don't just move better, you live better. You feel more in control. You feel more confident. And you no longer have to wonder whether your body can keep up with your life. These next few exercises aren't just about keeping active. They're about ensuring that every step you take is strong, stable, and pain-free. For anyone struggling with pain during walks, water-based exercise isn't just an alternative, it's a solution. It allows you to stay strong, flexible, and mobile without the wear and tear of hard pavement. And for many like George, it becomes the key to reclaiming joy in movement again. Linda never thought she would need strength training. She was always on the move, always walking, always staying active. But then she started noticing little changes. Carrying groceries became harder. Getting up from a chair took more effort. She didn't feel as steady as she once did. That's when she learned something that changed everything. Walking does not prevent muscle loss. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass. This isn't just about appearance, it's about functionality. It's about making sure that everyday tasks remain easy, that balance stays strong, that independence is never compromised. So Linda started small. She didn't need heavy weights or complicated equipment. She began with chair squats to strengthen her legs, wall push-ups to build upper body strength, resistance band exercises to keep her muscles engaged. At first, it felt different. But within weeks, she noticed a shift. Her legs felt stronger. Her arms didn't tire as quickly. And most importantly, she felt in control of her body again. Strength training isn't about lifting heavy weights or pushing your limits. It's about keeping your muscles active, keeping your bones strong and ensuring that your body is prepared for every movement life demands. For anyone wanting to maintain independence, this is the exercise that makes the biggest difference. Richard was always steady on his feet until one day he wasn't. A small misstep on the stairs. A moment of hesitation when standing up. It wasn't a fall, but it was close enough to shake his confidence. Unlike traditional exercises, Tai Chi focuses on slow, controlled movements. Each step is intentional. Each shift in weight is deliberate. It's not about speed, it's about balance, coordination, and awareness. At first, it felt almost too slow. But as Richard continued, something incredible happened. His movements became smoother. His steps became more stable. He no longer hesitated when walking across the room, no longer feared losing his balance. Tai Chi works because it strengthens the small stabilizing muscles that walking alone doesn't target. It improves coordination and mind-body awareness, reducing the risk of falls and giving people back their confidence in movement. For Richard, Tai Chi wasn't just exercise, it was freedom. And for anyone struggling with balance, it's one of the most effective ways to stay steady on your feet. Barbara had always relied on walking to stay active. But over the years, her knees started to protest. The impact of each step left her sore. She wanted to keep moving, but she needed something easier on her joints. Unlike walking, where each step puts pressure on the joints, cycling allows movement without impact. The seat supports the body, reducing strain on the knees and hips. At the same time, it strengthens the legs, builds endurance, and improves heart health. The first time Barbara used a stationary bike, she expected it to feel awkward. Instead, she felt relief. Her knees didn't ache. Her body felt supported. And most importantly, she could move without pain. For anyone looking for a way to stay active without joint discomfort, cycling, whether on a stationary bike, a recumbent bike, or even outdoors, is one of the best alternatives to walking. It keeps the body moving without stress, allowing for safe and effective exercise at any age. Charles never thought much about stretching until he started feeling stiff. Bending over felt harder. Turning his head required more effort. His muscles felt tight, and he worried that his mobility was slipping away. Unlike traditional yoga, chair yoga provides support while still allowing for deep, effective stretches. The movements are gentle, but their impact is profound. Within just a few weeks of practicing, his back felt looser. His posture improved. His daily movements became easier. Flexibility isn't just about stretching for the sake of it. It's about maintaining range of motion, reducing stiffness, and ensuring that the body stays mobile for years to come. For anyone feeling tight, stiff, or restricted in movement, chair yoga and stretching aren't just helpful, they're essential. Aging is not about stopping. It's about adapting. It's about choosing movement that protects your joints, strengthens your muscles, and keeps you steady on your feet. Walking is good, but it isn't enough. To stay strong, to stay mobile, to stay independent, the body needs more. It needs strength. It needs balance. It needs flexibility. The key to feeling good in your body isn't just in moving, it's in moving the right way. And with the right exercises, you won't just keep moving. You'll move better. You'll move stronger. You'll move with confidence, knowing that your body can carry you anywhere you want to go. Aging is not a signal to slow down. It is a call to move with purpose, to choose movement that protects rather than strains, that strengthens rather than depletes. Too many people believe that just walking is enough to maintain their health. But as we've seen, the body needs more than just steps. It needs strength to stay independent, balance to stay steady, and flexibility to move with ease. The real question is not should you exercise, but how you exercise. Because the right movement does more than keep you active. It gives you confidence, control, and freedom over your own body. It ensures that every step you take is strong, every movement is intentional, and every day is lived without hesitation or fear. Let's talk about how these 5 essential exercises not only improve physical health, but also shape the way we experience aging. George once thought his knee pain was just a part of getting older. He assumed that discomfort was inevitable, that movement would only get harder with time. But when he discovered water-based exercises, everything changed. He realized that he didn't have to accept pain as a fact of life. Instead, he could adapt, find exercises that worked for his body, and reclaim the freedom to move without suffering. For many older adults, joint pain becomes the reason they stop moving when it should be the reason they move differently. Water-based exercises allow for strength without strain, movement without impact, and freedom without pain. They protect the body while still building endurance, making them the ideal choice for those struggling with discomfort. If George had accepted his pain instead of looking for a better way, he would have missed out on years of movement and independence. But instead, he found a way forward, one that allowed him to keep going on his own terms. Linda never thought about strength training until she started feeling weaker. She had always been active, always on her feet, but she still found herself struggling to do simple things, lifting grocery bags, standing up quickly, maintaining her balance. That's when she learned the truth about muscle loss. Aging naturally causes muscle to decline, but it's not irreversible. Strength training isn't about lifting heavy weights or pushing your limits. It's about maintaining the ability to move freely. She started with just a few simple exercises: chair squats, wall push-ups, resistance band work. Within weeks, she noticed a difference. She could stand taller, move faster, and carry things with ease. She no longer worried about falling or feeling fragile. Strength training gave her control over her body again. It ensured that she wouldn't have to rely on others for simple tasks. It kept her independent. Muscle is not just for the young. It is the foundation of mobility, confidence, and long-term health. And no matter when you start, it will make a difference. Richard used to take his balance for granted until one day he almost fell. It wasn't a major incident, just a moment of instability, but it was enough to shake him. That fear of falling lingered in his mind, making him hesitate with every step. The slow, controlled movements helped him rebuild his stability and coordination. Instead of rushing through motions, he learned to move with awareness. Within weeks, he no longer felt unsteady. He no longer feared taking a misstep. That's the power of balance training. It's not about working up a sweat, it's about preventing falls, strengthening stabilizing muscles, and building confidence in movement. It teaches the body how to react, how to stay steady, how to move without hesitation. For anyone who has ever felt unsure of their footing, balance training is life-changing. Because when you trust your body, you trust yourself. Charles never considered stretching important until he started noticing how stiff he had become. Simple movements felt restricted. Reaching down, twisting his torso, even looking over his shoulder took effort. He worried that his range of motion was shrinking, that his body was slowly closing in on itself. He didn't have to force his body into uncomfortable positions. He didn't have to push past pain. Instead, he started small, seated side stretches, shoulder rolls, deep breathing. Within weeks, he felt looser, lighter, more mobile. Flexibility isn't about being able to touch your toes. It's about keeping the body open, free, and unrestricted. It's about preventing tightness and stiffness before they limit movement. 4. Charles, stretching wasn't just an exercise, it was a way to keep his body feeling young. Walking is good, but it is not enough. To stay truly strong, independent, and mobile as you age, you need more. You need strength to prevent muscle loss. You need balance to keep steady. You need flexibility to move freely. You need joint-friendly exercise to stay active without pain. The best part, it's never too late to start. Aging doesn't mean losing movement. It means learning how to move the right way. It means adapting, making small but powerful changes, and choosing exercises that keep you feeling good instead of worn down. When you prioritize strength, balance, and flexibility, something incredible happens. You no longer worry about weather. Your body will keep up with your life because you know it will. You no longer hesitate before taking a step, before lifting something heavy, before reaching for something high, because you trust your body's ability to handle it. Aging strong isn't about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about making sure that every movement you make, whether it's standing up, walking, bending, or stretching, is effortless and pain-free. It's about confidence. It's about freedom. It's about making sure that your body is never a limitation, but always an asset, because no matter your age, the goal is not just to keep moving. The goal is to move well.